Good morning, friends. You're tuned to Car Connection, where the coffee's strong, the stories are real, and the wrenches never stop turning. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you from the Car Connection Workshop, where the smell of fresh oil and little elbow grease is all part of our balanced breakfast. You betcha. Around here, we don't just talk cars, we live them. Whether it's a 25-year-old Jeep Wrangler getting a second chance at life, or a Nissan Rogue getting its brakes back in order, or even a mystery leak that's got everyone scratching their heads. This is where we roll up our sleeves, get it done with a little wit, a little wisdom, and a whole lot of fun. Car Connection isn't just about nuts, bolts, and diagnostics. It's about connection. Connection to our vehicles, to the people who drive them, and to the community that keeps our Niagara rolling. Because when you fix a car, you're not just turning a wrench, you're restoring someone's confidence, their freedom, and maybe even their sanity. We're here Monday through Saturday helping you keep your ride safe, reliable, and ready for whatever road lies ahead. So whether you're a weekend renter, daily commuter, or someone who just wants to understand what the heck is that rattle and what does it really mean. So welcome aboard this morning. Stick around for shop talk, expert advice, few good laughs, and maybe even a story flashback. It does occur during this live recording of Motormouth's Morning Drive. So welcome aboard this morning. We have made it to Friday. Fun Friday, my friends. On the very first long weekend of the summer, we'll have our daily weather coming up. And we want to thank Earl and Louise Grant at City Auto Sales and Leasing, Greater Toronto Area's premier pre-owned auto store. Low mileage quality vehicles at fair prices. You can buy with confidence and be treated with nothing less than honesty and integrity. They do have in-house financing and leasing available. And if they don't have the vehicle on the lot that you're looking for, let Earl and Louise Grant hunt it down for you. They've got the resources to find it and save you 1,000 steps. So if there's a good, clean, low mileage, whatever vehicle it is that you're looking for, Earl will find it. They're not going to sell you any junk, not at City Auto Sales and Leasing. So let's jump into our morning swiggy this morning. Couple of house rules and maintenance that if you're joining us for the very first time, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate you diving into our world as we jump into yours. Yeah, long weekend. Wow. It's unimaginable. What I'm hoping for all of you is I don't get a chance to get away, not yet. I don't generally get an opportunity to get away until September. So I have a little ways to go before that can happen, and I'm good with that. I'm good. The summer's busy. There's car shows, fundraising events, local events going on that we love to get involved with and be out there in the community and getting an opportunity to meet maybe many of you that may be living along the south shores of Lake Erie and the Niagara regions into St. Catharines, Niagara on the Lake, Niagara Falls, Canada. I still think it's a very pretty falls. You know, I often will take a drive down there after I fix something. And I do have a couple of videos I would like to pull off of our GoPro and share with you after I finished a car I nicknamed Princess Royal. So we'll have to see if we can get Skippy on that. And we'll edit that. I took it for a long drive all along the parkway, along the Niagara River, right up to Clifton Hill and right to Table Rock where the falls is. So we'll have to see if we can't share that video. I shot that during, the COVID campaign. Yeah, it was very interesting. I built a car during the COVID campaign to try and stay sane and called it Princess Royal. You're probably saying, well, what is it? Well, you'll have to wait until you get the video. Yeah, I'm going to put you in suspenders for a while. Well, you're going to need a 16 pack of Crayola crayons. You're going to need a genuine, freshly pressed leaf bag. So that's your laptop for taking notes on. So if you have a co-pilot this morning, crayons, leaf bag, take some notes, fella. All right. If not, you can always listen and re-listen to the podcast. They automatically export themselves, or is that import? I don't know. They get over from here over to our YouTube channel. Yeah, I think it's export. We export them automatically to our YouTube channel. So all the podcasts are there. Wherever you're pulling down your podcasts from, we are there, whether it's Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Podbean. Still waiting for somebody to send me an email, motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com. What car would you be driving that you could name Podbean? I think it's a really cool name. It needs to be tagged to a car. Now, in my mind's eye, I have one that I think would work really, really good. But I'm just looking to see on a survey here who may be thinking along the same line. So what car would you be driving if you named it Podbean? Yeah, get back to me on that. Yeah, so far crickets. But I know you're out there, you're thinking this morning. So if you're scooting through the drive-thru, it is time for our morning swiggy, and here's how we do it. 3, 2, 1, your favorite morning beverage. Let's get it down the hatch this morning. We've got a lot to cover. It is Fun Friday, and I have 5 things for you today. 5 things. Because here's what I know, being in business for myself for 11 years with our automotive shop on the Hamilton Mountain, there would be life after death on a Friday at noon on a long weekend. Yeah. The guys would drag their backsides into the shop, and at noon hour, they totally come alive. It was amazing. It was an amazing thing to watch. And while they're off doing what they're doing, cramping, glamping, or cottaging with their girlfriends, friends, etc., I'd be working at the shop. That's right. Be working at the shop. Okay, so you ready? On 3, 2, 1, let's have our morning swiggy together right here on the morning drive with yours truly, Motormouth. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's really hot this morning, man. How did I pull that one off? I wonder. Oh, that's just lovely. Well, let's see what we got for weather. I won't keep you in suspenders there. Thank you to Tony and Larry, our certified financial planning professionals for over 50 years. Folks, you have any questions with regards to you're drowning in debt, you need a mortgage, you've got an investment with the bank, it's not making you any money, or you've been working with somebody and they have your investments, but nobody's following up with you. And that's the big thing today. Nobody follows up. No one lets you know what's going on. They keep you in the dark like a mushroom and feed you horse manure. There's too much of that. Tony and Larry are great guys to work with. They're my financial planners for over 20 years. My brothers from other mothers. Listen to me. I'm speaking to you from my heart. If any of those things I just talked about, you need your questions answered, wills, powers of attorney, estate planning. Folks, you got 18-year-olds at home. You have got to make sure you're their health proxy. That is so important. And doing an estate plan and having powers of attorney, beneficiaries, all that stuff locked it down tight, where your kids go if something happens to both of you. You got to have that put together. And you got to put it all together right. It's like putting an engine together. If you're not following instructions, you're not sending things to torque, that engine's going to run, but not for very long. And that's how your estate plan goes. You need a mortgage arranging. They got a dynamite mortgage team. I don't do any mortgages with banks. The ladies in Winnipeg will take great care of you, great rates. And you know what? I just like dealing with people that want to help you. Amen to that? Right on. So life insurance, critical illness insurance, get that hour and a coffee. That's the discovery meeting. Don't take your wallet. Don't take your purse. Just connect. Go to our website, carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. Do that this week. If you're drowning in debt and you can't seem to see over it, round it, under it, through it, you need to get to sit down with someone who has the fruit on the tree. Tony and Larry are great, humble fellas, and they know what to do. So before you think it's all over and she's singing in the background, get that hour in that discovery meeting, that hour and a coffee. No cost, no obligation, no condemnation. It's just a conversation. Then you can meet by Zoom, in a coffee shop, in the boardroom. They'll come to your home. You choose who you want to work with, and you'll find them on the homepage of our website. So I'm hearing a lot of conversations where I go, people are struggling, and you just need some clarity. So if you want some clarity in your life, that's how you're going to get it. Get started with that hour and a coffee. So thank you, Tony and Larry, for being a great part of Car Connection since 2007. That's how long they've been with us, folks. And they don't need any more clients. So you're not doing them a favor. I don't want you thinking you're doing them a favor. No, and no. They're doing you a favor, giving you an hour of their time. These guys are very busy. They know what they're doing, even tax planning. They know how. It's not what you make, it's what you keep, folks. That's the game out there. It's not what you make, it's what you get to keep. So let's move on this morning. Get that done. And let me know how you make out. Send me an email, motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com. Let's get some of you sorted out. Because, here's what I know. 9 out of 10 people I'm talking to right now don't have an estate plan. And I have no idea how you sleep at night. Honest to goodness, I do not. And I feel sorry, really sorry for those you will leave behind in a ginormous mess. And one of my friends is just going through that now, and it's taken a couple of years to get things moving in the right direction. After you pass away, don't leave your family and friends in a big mess, folks. We don't like to talk about that part of life, but, we don't get out of this thing called life alive, if you know what I'm saying. Well, let's get off that subject, shall we? And it's a long weekend. And really think about that. Getting that hour and a coffee, getting your questions answered, and feeling a whole lot lighter and a lot less stress, knowing you have a game plan. So you're going to need a game plan for the weekend. Let's have a looky-see. Precipitation for today is a 0. Thank goodness for that. The robins out there, they're wearing catcher's mitts now. The worms just pop right out of the ground. They don't even have to hunt for them. 43 degrees right now, mostly clear. Wind is making it feel cooler, about 41 degrees. Partly cloudy conditions at the moment. 2 p.m. till back up the bus. Partly cloudy conditions from 2 p.m. till 3 p.m. There you go. With mostly cloudy conditions expected at 3 p.m. today. So today's temperature range will be 43 to 60 degrees, topping out. But it's going to feel more like 40 degrees to 55 degrees. So today's high, if we get there, will be 60 degrees. Yesterday we hit a balmy 48. It was cold out there. So shall we have a look into Saturday's weather? No, you have to stop by tomorrow for weekend weather. Okay, all right. I'm going to spoil you a little bit. Shall we take a peek? Let's just have a little peek. Tomorrow, what do we got? Saturday, here we go. Saturday, precipitation in our area, Niagara region, 0.05 of an inch, so half an inch. Saturday's low will be 50 degrees between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. The high will be 71 between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. So set your watch so you don't miss that moment. The temperature range will feel like 42 to 64. Wind will make it feel cooler than the actual temperature. So that's what you got going on for Saturday. Let's take a schmooze into Sunday. Sunday brings us a low, which will be 56 between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. Stay in the Pop-Tart. Stay nice and warm. and the high will be 74 between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. Again, set your alarm clock so you don't miss that hour. The temperature range will feel like 52 to 77. Now we're talking, it will feel warmer than the actual temperature. Want to look at Monday? Holiday Monday, Victoria Day? Why not? Let's do it. It's Fun Friday. Here we go. Are you ready? Get your whoop, whoop going. Get it going. Because here it comes, brothers and sisters. 0 degrees precipitation. Monday's low will be 62 between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. The high will be 83 degrees between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. Temperature range will feel like 61 to 85, and it will feel warmer than the actual temperature. How about that, my friends? So there's your weekend. Here's what I always say on long weekends. Prepare for the worst, and if it doesn't happen, yippee! Exactly. So if you're going to be camping, glamping, or whatever, sleeping under a rock or an overpass, whatever floats your boat, this is what I call the Yeehaw weekend. Open the cramper, get it ready for the summer months, get the cottage and all the boogity things and bugs and critters and grizzly bears out of your cottage and get it going for the summer. Crank out all that camping gear and check and see what the mice haven't eaten that you can use, and go camping. Yeah, roughing it. Enjoy your weekend. Travel safe, folks. Make sure that you have a game plan before you leave home. We're going to talk about that in a few moments. It's Fun Friday. It's number one is its first long weekend of the summer. Don't lose your mind, okay? Keep it all together. Before you leave home, do the basics on the travel buggy, whatever that may be. Tire pressures, fluids, look at the belts, hoses, see if there's any leakage somewhere that can be taken care of before you hit the highway. Because around noon today, from my observance over the last 40 some odd years, the highways will become parking lots. Everyone's got the same idea. Get out of work half day, take off, get to the cottage before all the weenies get on the road, and you find yourself in amongst all the weenies all at the same time, sitting in traffic. So make sure you've got a game plan and check the vehicle over before you go. Even if you've had it in the shop in the last couple of weeks, check the vehicle before you go. And don't forget the spare. So air up all the tires. You're probably going to load things up and put extra load on the vehicle. Make sure you adjust your tire pressures up. I recommend at this time of year if you're going to be hauling a trailer with stuff in it, or just a trailer with lots of stuff in it, a camper, the boat, the kids, the dog, the gear, the food, the beverages, whatever, and water, whatever you're hauling, you're putting more gross vehicle weight on your automobile. So what do? You need to look at the sidewall of the tire today. Look to see what the maximum tire pressure is. Pump those tires up to the max, up to the maximum tire pressure, so that you've got more beef in the tires to hold all that weight that you're hauling. That way you're not overheating a tire today and having a blowout on the highway. We don't want that to happen. Now, for those who are going to be hooking on to the boat trailer, the cramper trailer, have you checked the wheel bearings? Have you checked the condition of the tires? Have you even checked the tire pressures? And what's the condition of the spare? Not despair, the spare. Despair is what you could have if you blow out a tire on your whatever it is you're towing. So you don't want that to happen on a major highway, because here's the deal. And number two, make sure all the lights are working on the trailer all the way around. That includes plate light, turn signals, brakes, no broken lenses, no reflectors missing, and that you've got your chain locks on there, because you can't just use S hooks anymore. They have to have the lock on them. And the reason I'm telling you all this is if you have a blowout and you're on the side of the road and the OPP stops to see you, they're going to have a good bird's eye view of your trailer 360 degrees. And if anything I just talked about is MIA, you didn't think it was important enough to take care of, you are going to get a super duper big fat hairy ticket. Yeah. And there's no getting out of it. And that trailer, you have to have it removed by a tow truck, flatbed. And you're not going to be able to haul that back home. You're going to have to send it back home until all that, the repairs are taking place. You will not be able to hook onto that and just take it home to fix it. It won't be allowed back on the Ontario highways until all the infractions are fixed. So I'm giving you a heads up. That's what they watch for on these long weekends. If you're hauling something, they're looking at your trailer hitch as you go by to see if your chains are put on correctly. And if they're not, you're going to get a visit. Then they're going to do a 360-degree walk around, and you're going to get citations for everything that's an infraction. Not a drop is going to be missed. So make sure your tires are in top drawer condition and the wheel bearings. Don't just give them a shot of grease. Lift it up and spin the wheel and make sure that the bearings are nice and smooth, and you're not going to have a problem. Because when you load that sucker up for the first time and hook onto it with a carload of gear, you might even be in the Grand Caravan and it's loaded to the gills. That's generally when the trailer blows a tire or a bearing goes out, wrecks the axle right on the side of the highway. Folks, you don't want to experience that stuff because it makes for a nasty long weekend. It makes the long weekend feel even longer because you're in misery. Crap is happening and you're not having fun. And everyone in the vehicle's going, we're not having fun, Dad. We're not. No, we're not. We're not having fun. How much longer before we can get going? You don't want those challenges. So take the time to check the trailer, whatever it is. If you're hooking onto it and towing it, it better be 100% correct. All of it. All of it. Trust me. You'll get nicked. You certainly will in a hurry. Well, number 2 this morning is it is officially summer kickoff. Send me an email. Let me know what it is that you're doing for the weekend. What do you got planned? What are your hopes, dreams, and fruitions for the weekend? Things you want to accomplish. And number 3, what you doing? You got something exciting going on that you've been looking forward to, the first long weekend of summer 2026? Going to anything specific? Concert, an event, a car show, bug collecting group, that kind of stuff, mushroom checking, photography stuff. Yeah. What are you doing? What do you got planned? What's, doing something special with the kids or anything? But whatever you are doing, play safe, be safe, take your time on the highways today. Keep an eye on the other guy because the minds are on getting to their destination just like you, and just kind of taking that big, deep breath and just relaxing and enjoying the time away from home. Sometimes a little change of geography and just being able to get off the hamster wheel for a little bit really resets the mind. So reset your mind, get some rest and relaxation in there, rejuvenate your earthly body and get it back in order, and enjoy whatever it is you're doing this weekend, but do it safely. And keep an eye on the kids. It only takes a moment for stupidity to kick in, and they're playing with their friends and buddies, and they forget safety. So keep an eye. And even if they're not your kids and you see them doing something, don't be afraid to speak up, because, when something goes south and you could have said something, but you didn't because I don't want to get involved. I'm not involved. I'm not getting involved. Get involved. The parents will appreciate it later. I've done that myself. Yes, being away in September, seeing something going on with kids and just saying, hey, kids, not a good idea. Really, not a good idea. Someone's going to get some serious damage. And they go, thanks, mister. And I go, well, I'm just looking out for you. I don't want to see you get hurt. And then, the whole week there you're here on location having fun is ruined. So, you want to make sure you take it easy out there. Because they were goofing around with a boat and they were acting the fool. And you know what? Things happen very, very quickly. And speaking of quickly, if you need to get more information about Car Connection, we make it super simple for you, because everything we talk about lives in our website. In our website. It lives in our website. Yes, it's the biggest drawer in our toolbox. So on our homepage, all the logos are there for the recommended businesses that we have as we continue to rebuild our Car Connection business network. We had a really great network going before the stupidity kicked in back in 2019, 2020. We had businesses working with B2B, business to business in the U.S. and in Canada. And we've just got a handful left, but we're blessed to have them as we work on rebuilding. So if you're a small, medium, even a large family-owned and operated businesses, I would love to meet you and have a chance to show you how you can get involved in all the platforms. And they're evergreen. So when your commercial runs during our programs are all archived on our website. Same with our YouTube videos. You're there forever, folks. You're there forever. So on our homepage, you'll see the logos. Just click and it'll open a profile page, and you can connect and meet our program partners and recommended businesses. And thank you to all of you for supporting them by giving them your business, not the biz. You're giving them your business. Thank you so much. Yeah, I want to clarify that. Top right-hand corner is where you'll find all the platforms we're involved in. Our YouTube channel is growing steadily. We need your support on that. 91% of you haven't subscribed yet, but you're enjoying the videos. So we know, Skippy and I know, we're putting out some decent content, and we're making some changes to make it even better. We're always looking to see how we can make things even better, and you'll see some changes right away in the next series of videos that we shoot. We'll be shooting on Holiday Monday so that we can stay ahead of the curve and have videos ahead of time. That way, if we do need a day down for whatever, or working on another project, we have videos in the bank. So do us a favor, Skippy and I, if you wouldn't mind just taking a few moments to like, share, follow, and most of all, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's what helps all online influencers. So whatever channels you're watching, do those little things that don't take you cost you any money, just a little bit of time to help the channels move forward, so that the algorithms will push us out to bigger audiences so that we can reach more and more people. That's what that's all about. Is if you stay in a box with a fox, you're always going to be in the box with the fox, and not get out and get anywhere. So help us all to do that. And thank you so much for your support on our Facebook, Instagram, Stevensvilleontheweb.ca. Stevensville Springfest is coming up Saturday, June the 6th. If you want something to do with the kids, that's where you'll find the Stevensville Zoo is there. lots of great eateries, but the whole town shuts down for Springfest. I volunteered to be in the 34-degree Fahrenheit dunk tank, raising funds for things in the local community. The money all goes from the day to doing things for the community in the community. So I'm going to freeze and form a giant goose pimple as those who spend money to dunk me in the dunking tank. So just look for me there. I'll be the guy shivering me timbers. Shiver me timbers. Arr. Yeah, apparently we're putting together a very unique outfit for that. So you have to stop by with your gear to take some pictures. So that's happening. We have our iHeartRadio icons there. Click and go. As I mentioned already, you can find us on all the podcast platforms. What we talk about here, I do not talk about on the YouTube and vice versa. So our YouTube videos and our podcasts are one of the same, being Car Connection and a part of Car Connection, but not just a mirror image. So if you watch the video, you're listening to the podcast. Or if you're listening to the podcast, you're basically watching the video. No, that's not how it works. Not at all. The twain shall never meet. So our YouTube videos, you get 3 new ones every single week. 2 for Tuesday, 1 on Friday. So one is going to upload today or go live, whatever you want to call it. It will be live at 4:30 this afternoon for you to watch. We got some really good mini-series polishing up and a new series in the weeds for you to enjoy. And it's all basic vehicle maintenance. The basic fundamentals, if you take the time to learn them, you will be dangerous. And what I mean by that is the chances are you won't get taken advantage of at the repair shop. Because if I had a nickel for every time I have had an email sent to me when I was on the radio for 31 years, up until last November, we decided to go digital. And we should have done it a whole lot sooner. It's proven to be a task to take on and create continuity, but it's also proven that we can reach a lot more people all around the globe, which is really, really cool. So our online store is there for you as well. So if you want to buy some Motormouth merch, it's there. All proceeds go to Total Freedom Addiction Campuses, Canada and USA, so that we can help those who have made that decision to say goodbye to their addiction for good and get a life change. That's what they do at every Total Freedom campus in Canada and USA. So those who have made that decision, today's the day, through merch sales, we want to help to make sure that we can get them there. So thank you again for your support on that. We just opened a channel that Skippy said we had to do it, so I've got it done. buymeacoffee.com/Motormouth Dial. So we thank you for doing that as well. Whatever amount you'd like to give, it will all go towards us getting some better camera gear. Putting together the videos costs money and time and a lot of effort to do that, and keep us in snacks and coffee, of course. That keeps us rolling. So thank you for those who would do that. It's buymeacoffee.com/Motormouth Dial, and any amount is appreciated. So thank you so much for buying us a coffee. We really appreciate that. And all the information I talk about, I make sure I put that in the description on our YouTube videos, along with a lot more nuggets to help you take better care of your automobile. Because right now, the oldest automobile that I would purchase right now would be a 2016. If I found something low mileage, well loved and maintained, that was say like a 12 or even a 15, I would buy it. If it's solid and the structural integrity is solid, you got yourself a goodie. Trust me. It's happened for me over the years many, many, many times, and then people pester me to sell it to them, And then I go, oh, okay, I really didn't want to, but okay, I'll sell it to you. And then to try and find that stuff is possible, and you can do that through Earl and Louise Grant. If you're looking for something specific, call them. Let them know what you're looking for. They may take something in as a trade, and you can buy it as is, where is, take it home, fix it up, and make it your own. And some of those cars, just like that, I used to call them my goodies. And I would quite often customers just go, we don't want it anymore. We're going to get another one. Here's the keys. Here's the title. Do whatever you want with it. And I'd look it over and fix it up. And someone else would take it on. And I called those my $500 beauties, because that's what I would look for, is a car around $500, needs cleaning up. The aesthetics need taken care of. It needs the mechanicals done. And I would take the car apart, clean it up inside, outside, and do all the mechanicals, and down the road it would go. My clients would say, hey, when you get another one, call me. We need a car for son or daughter to take to school that's reliable. You can have an older automobile, folks, and you can pack as much mileage on it you want if you have a game plan. And that's what you have to know. If you follow a maintenance schedule, you're going to dramatically reduce your odds of ever seeing a $5,000 repair bill. Does that scare you? Because I'll tell you, that would scare me. Absolutely. I'd be saying to Skippy, we're not having hot dogs and hamburgers on video shoot day anymore. It's going to be rice and beans. We're done. Yeah, finished. So don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell so you don't miss the next rescue project, maintenance tips, and real-world car ownership advice. Thank you for doing that. That helps us to grow. Very much appreciated. So again, make sure you have your route mapped out today, because you know what? The next season has already started. We have how many seasons? We have 5. Construction season. That's right. It begins, and you know when it begins, right? First long weekend. So make sure you check the roadways and map your course so you're not sitting in traffic burning up your long weekend time. So number 3, what are you doing? Number 4, your vacation spot. What's your vacation spot this weekend, or is going to be for summer 2026? Shoot me an email. motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com. Just fire one into the mailbox and I'll find it. I check email a couple times a day. And it is Fun Friday. If you have an automotive-related question and you want to have your question aired on Saturday morning, which is tomorrow, it's Saturday Q&A, 1 hour I spend on answering 3 top questions out of all the questions that come in. And I got to commend all of you. You've been firing off some really, really good thinking questions. And I don't answer them with bum fluff. I unpack them so that you get a really good, solid, structured answer to your questions. So those need to be in by noon today, noon on Fridays. Get your question in, motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com. And thank you for listening and re-listening. I appreciate that. If there's a topic that you would like for me to cover specifically, again, put that in the email or drop it into one of the comment boxes on any one of our videos, and I always check the comments. If it takes me a day or two to get back to you, it's because I'm busy, super busy editing and creating thumbnails and all that kind of stuff that I never thought I would actually be doing as an automotive service tech. Parts are here for the 07 FJ Cruiser, so I'll be putting front brakes together tonight, and I will probably do a short on that to show you everything is back together. And the brakes, I really believe this time on the front are going to be working 100%, not 50% for the last couple of years. That truck has not stopped properly for 2 years, and I did complain about it. And I do want to say thank you to the team up at Napa Port Colburn for taking care of us and shipping parts down and covering it on warranty after all this time. We really appreciate that. The speed, they got another set of calipers and also replaced the pads. So those are the people you want to work with, right? That got your back. And so I really appreciate that. And that's what I've learned to appreciate over the years, is having a great referral. How many of you appreciate a great referral where you refer to someone and they take care of what they do what they say, and they say what they do, and they get it done. That's what you can expect at Niagara Block at 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls. They've been building Canada since 1931, folks, with building supplies. So if you're looking to create a building of any kind, they have blocks. Every block you can imagine, they make it right there. Interlocking brick, they have all that stuff. They have angle iron, they have rebar, and all those things to create that building project, to put the foundation together and the blocking. They also specialize in hardscape landscaping materials. And we want to thank Dave and Kathy Grimo and Dan Grimo, the brother. They're working hard out there to help you create that hardscape landscape spot. You know, that special oasis that you've always wanted to create? Just talk to Kathy if you need a referral contractor to come out, review what it is you want to create, put together a detailed estimate, and put all the supplies needed to create that special outdoor living space for you. Maybe an English walkway, they can do that as well. They have all those things there. They have all the pebbles and garden rocks and stuff that you'll need. They even have the big boulders. We have a couple of big boulders in the backyard. I think they look really cool. I just imagine them being the size of a piece of 3/4-inch stone in the driveway, and then looking at the big rock and going, this is just a miniature piece of what that is. So they have everything and then some to create that very special, unique oasis that you would like to create in your backyard, front yard, side yard, wherever that may be. Check in with Niagara Block at 5000 Montrose Road. You can click on their logo on our website and connect. You can connect very quickly. So again, if you have a specific topic you'd love for me to cover, I would love to do that for you, but you got to let me know what it is, because my crystal ball is broken and the repair kit is on back order forever, they said. They couldn't give me a date. So speaking of back order, I got to share this one with you. And this is the stuff that's going on out there in parts of the automotive industry, from the manufacturers to the dealers to getting parts. The 16th of March, I went to Nissan. I needed 2 little pieces for the shifter on the 2008 Nissan Rogue that we rescued. We rescued it. It was going to go to the wreckers. If it had sat another 6 months, it would have been all over but the crying. But I put the labor in and put the parts in that was needed to bring this thing back to life. And you know what? I don't regret it at all. It's a nice little ride. But yes, you got to look after that CVT transmission, because they do have problems. And that's 2008 was first gen, but there's a ton of them out there. But if you have one, if you have a Nissan Rogue or a Nissan, you need to find out if it has a CVT, continuous velocity transmission. It's belt driven, which is, I can't even wrap my head around that. You need to change the transmission oil. I would recommend you change it every 35,000 kilometers. Be very nice to that transmission, because they're about $16,000 to replace. So how many of you are going to go, yeah, we'll keep it going? No, you won't. You'll walk away from it. So there's a little tidbit for you today. So anyways, I needed to fix the shifter knob, because it kind of spins clockwise about 40 degrees or counterclockwise about the same. And it's very awkward when you got to squeeze the button and move the shifter and not pull the handle off. So I started the process of getting the two pieces after we looked it up March the 16th. Yes. And we're at where? Well, we're a day short of it being 2 months, right? March 16th, April 16th, May 16th. Yeah. So I spoke to them day before yesterday. Oh, those parts have been made obsolete. 3 times I've called there and they said, yeah, they're on back order, but they're coming in. So when I finally cornered them and said, what's up? I need to know because this is not really a great idea to have a shifter that could pull off in my hand while I'm trying to get out of somebody's way. So it's determined now that the parts are not available. Ever. Done. So now what? Well, you always have to have another plan. And the way I live is I don't live in the now, and this is me. I live in the future. I'm always thinking down the road, having a plan ahead of time. Should this happen or that happen or this happen, we have a game plan instead of standing there and going, I got nothing. No. So that's just how my brain works. So I will be heading into the U-Pullet Wrecking Yard, which I'm sure there will be some 2008 probably to 2010 in there. And I'll harvest a couple other trim components I wouldn't mind upgrading that have been a little bit sun toasted because the vehicle sat for almost 13 months. So that's how I'm going to have to fix it. I got to go to the U-Pullet, find a Rogue with the shifter in there and dissect it. That's it. I only need 2 little pieces that will lock the shifter knob into place so it doesn't come off in my hand. So this is the stuff we deal with out here, folks, in the automotive world. Almost 2 months to get a straight answer. You know what I'm saying? And if I hadn't have phoned, do you think they would have phoned me like they said they would to let me know the parts are coming in? Nope. Because even when I called day before yesterday, hey, Niall, can I call you back in a half an hour? So an hour and 10 minutes later, I phoned back. Oh, I better let you talk to the other parts guy because I can't seem to figure out what's going on. And then I got an answer. It's not available anymore. You see what we put up with as automotive technicians when we have to go to the dealer for parts? Here's the thing with an older automobile. In most cases, you can obtain anything you need aftermarket to keep that vehicle going at a fraction of the price. So I was asked a question on an interview earlier in the week out from an NPR station, National Public Radio, in Ohio, from this microphone right here, because I can broadcast I've got equipment to broadcast anywhere around the world. And I know how to use it, believe it or not. I've had to learn a lot of stuff I never thought I'd have to learn. And that's why I'm saying, can you learn how to make a grocery list? Can you learn how to put a check mark beside each item once it's made it into your shopping cart? And if somebody says, who put that in there? Oh, how did that get in there? Yeah, Joe Louis Moon Pies. How did that get in there? Some kid must have thrown that in there as we went by their buggy. I don't know. So if you can do that much, if you could sit and watch a series of videos over the next year that we put together on our YouTube channel that show you 5 things about your automobile all the time. Each video will show you 5 things. What the item is, where it is, how it works, how it breaks, and what you could do as a vehicle owner to prevent that damage from happening. That is what saves you money. And with an older vehicle, so here's what I was asked was, well, it costs more money to upkeep an older vehicle. And my brain right away goes, really? And you know this how? Like, that's what my brain wanted to say, but, I'm still not the person I should be, but thank goodness I'm not the person I used to be. Amen? Are you in that same category? Because I'm like going, well, how are you qualified to give me that question? Like, how do you know that? How do you know that? Like, what are your statistics? Because that's not true. So I said, well, she goes, that's why I buy a new vehicle, because I'm looking for reliability, and my car's 3 years old. Ding! Old. Would that tell me right there that the person's driving an older vehicle? It's 3 years old. You know what I know about that car right away? There's no warranty on it. 3 years, 60,000. So guess what's happened? Time has run out. You don't have a warranty anymore. It's done. Gone. So now you're driving an older vehicle, but here's the problem. It's not old enough where a lot of the parts are available aftermarket, so you're going to have to pay a super duper big price for factory parts. On an older vehicle, let's go 5 years, 8 years, 7 years, 10 years, pretty much everything I can source for that vehicle is aftermarket. Once in a while, you might have to go to the selling dealer to get the part, but not as much anymore. And they're not even interested in ordering parts for you at the dealership level anymore. They don't want you to service your car. They just want you to get rid of it. So her vehicle would be one of the ones that they would like you to get out of now it's 3 years old and go get another same from the same product line. So I answered that the correct way. I said, well, you're driving an older vehicle, but you're going to have to buy more parts from the dealer to keep that vehicle maintained. So you have to maintain that vehicle now out of your pocket. And you're going to have to pay more for parts than someone who has an older vehicle, because there's a lot of aftermarket components being made for those vehicles that are a fraction of the price. So that's not true. It doesn't cost more to keep an older vehicle going. And I'm an example of that. Well, here was the answer to that. Well, you're a mechanic. So, you're right, I am. But I don't get my parts for free. And my time's not free. So if I'm fixing my vehicle, I'm taking time away from car connection, so I'm not being productive. So even though I don't have a boss saying, what the heck are you doing there, Motormouth? You can't work on your vehicle on work time. You do that on your own time. You see how that works? Just because I work for myself, if I'm working on something that's not making me money, I'm losing money, because I should be working at my business to keep it growing and get it profitable again. So she wasn't quite sure on that one. So I thought I better back off. So I could see her on the screen, but we were on radio, not on the NPR TV, which was probably a really good thing. I could see her demeanor kind of changing, like, wow, I shouldn't have asked that question. But it was a valid question. Just that her answer was not the answer. You can own and operate an older vehicle if you take care of it. And that's what I'm going to leave you with today, is be safe out there. It's long weekend. Everybody's going to be shutting their brain down about noon hour, thinking of getting home, getting hooked up to the trailer, getting everything in the vehicle and booking it, and getting to what will be your summer 2026 vacation destination. Do it safely, folks. Take your time. If you're getting weary, Get out of the driver's seat. Just pull off for 15 minutes. Stretch your legs. Have a pee. Get a beverage. Just get out from behind the wheel and wander around. Run around the car a couple of times and drink a large black coffee, and make sure you do a second trip to the bathroom before you get back in the car. So be careful out there. Be mindful of those around you and exercise patience. Okay? Because everyone else is wanting to do what you're doing this first long weekend of the summers. Get to the destination as quick as you can and use every hour for white space. I call it white space, downtime, to rest and relax and rejuvenate. So have yourself a fantastic weekend. What's going to be your favorite campfire food? One more question. That's number 5 in the 5 things today. Favorite campfire food today. If you're going to have outdoor campfire at the cottage or the camper, what is your favorite food around the campfire? Send me an email. Let me know so I can share that with others tomorrow on the Q&A. Saturday morning, the Motormouth Drive question and answer period. Get your questions in today by noon so I can harvest those and use those tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So it's motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com. If you didn't catch that, go into any one of our podcasts or YouTube video descriptions and you'll see the email addresses in there because I have 2. Niall@ccbusnet.com and motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com. Again, thank you to those. Buy Skippy and us a coffee. buymeacoffee.com/Motormouth, all one word, Niall. And thank you so much. Any amount is appreciated, and we appreciate y'all. Have yourself a super weekend. If you're going to be here tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. hanging out with us, we'll have a good time, a hot cup of joe, and some laughs. So, again, be safe, drive safe, make sure you have your cell phone charger and an extra charger with you just in case, and check your route and make sure that you're not going to get caught up in construction for several hours as everyone scrambles to kick off summer 2026. We'll see you tomorrow morning for Saturday Q&A. If not, we'll be right here again Monday morning on the Victoria Day holiday, giving you some more solid automotive advice that'll help you keep that older vehicle running forever, and get out of the car game and not paying interest and principal anymore. Peace, patience, and kindness always, friends, and happy, healthy motoring, and have a great Victoria Day holiday weekend, and we'll see you when we see you next time. So we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.